Good morning, students. We are going to see Science Chapter 4 Nutrition in Living Organisms. In my previous video, I have explained you nutrition in plants. In today's video, we are going to see steps of nutrition in animals. The different steps in the process of animal nutrition are: first one, ingestion; second one, digestion; third, absorption; fourth, assimilation; and fifth, egestion. Now let us understand one by one about these processes. So first one, ingestion. It is a process by which food is taken into the body of an organism. In means to take something inside. Digestion. It is the breaking down of food into simpler soluble compounds by several substances called enzymes. Enzymes are nothing but the chemicals which are present in the body and which is used to digest the food. Next one is absorption. It is the process by which digested nutrients are taken from the intestine and it is then transported to the different part of the body by blood or lymph. Lymph is also a fluid like blood. Next one is assimilation. Assimilation means collection. Assimilated. It is a process of utilizing absorbed food material for growth, development and energy. Egestion. Egestion means taking the waste material or removal of the waste material from the body. So in this, the undigested food material is thrown out of the body. Now students, we will see the types of nutrition in animals. So there are three types of nutrition. Now we are going to see the first type of nutrition, that is holozoic nutrition in animals. We can also say holozoic animals. Most of the animals are holozoic, means they take in solid food. So intake of complex matter as food, whatever we eat, that is in very complex form, so that food cannot directly provide us energy. So that food is to be converted into simpler form inside our body and only then it will be able to provide us energy. So look at the screen. You see lots of animals and all of them are holozoic. That is, they eat something which is very complex organic matter. So that is their food. So here again, holozoic animals are also of different types. For example, you see goat, rabbit, horse. So these are all those animals which directly eat plants. So these are called herbivores. Why called herbivores? Because they are directly dependent on plant. Here you see tiger and lion. So they are called as carnivores because they feed on animals which feed on plants. So basically a tiger might eat a deer and deer eat plants. So basically these carnivores, they can eat up the herbivorous animals. So they eat other animals. Then we have a third category called omnivores. Human beings come under this category. Omnivores are those animals which eat both plants and animals. Like human beings, they eat plants and their products. But they also eat animals like fish or meat or chicken. They eat other animals also. So they are examples of omnivores. Rats are also examples of omnivores. So these are examples of holozoic animals because whatever they eat are in complex form. For example, we eat rice or dal. So that food will not provide you energy directly. So dal and rice is in complex form. So once it gets inside in your body, it needs to be broken down in simplest form, and then in simplest form it will be able to provide you energy. So if you look at it, all these are heterotrophs. That is, they have heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and all of them depends on plants either directly or indirectly. So the herbivores are dependent on the autotrophs, that is plants, but the carnivores are eat the plants but eat animals which eat the plants. So all the animals are directly or indirectly depends on the plants. So we will look at various type of animals which we have discussed just now. So the first category was herbivores, which feed on plants like cow, goat, horse or rabbit. Next category is carnivores, which feed on flesh like tiger, lion. And the third category is omnivores, which is combination of both. That is, they feed on plants also and they feed on animals also. And the examples are human, crow, pigs, rats, etc. So these are all different types of Holozoic animals. So now we are going to understand the entire process of Holozoic nutrition in more detail. Like all these animals take in complex food, what happens to this complex food when they get inside the body, and how that complex food provides energy to our body. We are going to look at the entire process. So that is what we will discuss under Holozoic nutrition. So this Holozoic nutrition involves multiple steps. So let us look at various steps which are involved in Holozoic nutrition. First one is ingestion, which is the first step. That is the intake of complex food which is taken inside the body. Next is digestion. This is very important step because this is the step during which the complex food is broken down into simpler form, and this process is not that much simple. So there are lots of enzymes which help in the breakdown of complex food into simple form. And finally the next step is absorption. That is, the simple food now is absorbed into the blood or lymph. It is transported through the blood or lymph. So lymph is also a fluid like blood which flows throughout the body. It's like how the blood flows out entire body. So if you want to transport something from one particular part of the body, so it is dissolved into the blood. Blood is going to flow through each and every part of the body. So nutrients will get transported to different parts of the body. So that's how the concept of transportation happens. So the first step is how nutrition is taken inside. The second step is complex food is broken down into simpler form. And the third step is simple form is now absorbed by the body. Finally, assimilation. That is, the absorbed food is utilized for energy needed for various activities. That is, the energy, the reason why we have taken in the food, because food is going to provide us energy. Because in assimilation, food is absorbed. That is, food is going to provide us energy. So, energy production part happens during assimilation. Finally, egestion. In egestion, it's egestion, not ingestion. Egestion means giving out. So, whatever food is not digested, so all those undigested food is thrown out of the body. But why not all the food gets digested? Because digestive enzymes means chemicals. They also have certain limitations. They have only some substances. So, there might be certain components in the food which were not been broken down by those digestive enzymes. So, what will happen to those undigested food? Because anyways it is not going to absorbed or assimilated. So, that becomes waste for our body. So, that is thrown out as a part of digestion. So, these are the 5 important steps which are involved in the process of Holozoic nutrition. So, now we know the various steps involved in the Holozoic nutrition.